Dear viewers and friends, hello everyone. This is Peng Liyuan. Today, we are going to discuss a blockbuster topic, Liu Yuan's prediction. Xi Jinping is very likely, due to extreme anger attacking his heart, to eventually become a madman. Following the large-scale military purge in which heavyweight figures such as Zhang Youxia and Liu Zhenli have successively fallen, the highest military command center of the Chinese Communist Party has already suffered severe and crippling damage. Senior generals once regarded as die-hard confidants have fallen one after another, and Xi Jinping's entire trust system has collapsed in an instant. Who can he still trust? At the age of 72, in frail health and approaching his twilight years, under unprecedented internal and external pressure, how much longer can he possibly hold on? This question has now become the hottest topic of discussion among the global Chinese community. Even more shocking is that officialdom in Beijing is now openly disregarding the iron rule of no reckless discussion of the central leadership. An unprecedented wave of open commentary on the party leader is surging beneath the surface. All kinds of explosive rumors are leaking out through various channels at frantic speed. Today, let us together observe this unprecedented spectacle and see exactly what is happening at the very top of the Chinese Communist Party. If you're also following this topic, please click subscribe and turn on the bell to select all notifications so you don't miss future programs. It has now been more than a full month since Zhang Youxia and Liu Zhenli were taken down. Their true whereabouts remain the subject of widely divergent rumors, with some extreme versions even claiming they have already been secretly executed. On February 23rd, US-based independent commentator Kai Shunkuan revealed the latest information on his channel. After Zhang Youxia was arrested, he has been held in a certain location in Beijing under double strict surveillance by the Beijing Garrison Command and the Central Guard Bureau. The source particularly emphasized that Zhang Youxia is currently in good health and his life is absolutely safe. His family members have not been implicated in any way. Nevertheless, to this day, the Chinese Communist Party authorities have not released any substantive evidence of guilt. The PLA Daily used only one highly generalized sentence. He has gravely failed to live up to the trust and important mandate placed in him by the CPC Central Committee and the Central Military Commission, and has gravely trampled on and undermined the chairman responsibility system of the Central Military Commission. This old routine of convict first, hunt for evidence later, once again exposes the habitual modus operandi of the party's purges. More critically, the Central Military Commission is now in a state of de facto paralysis. Who can replace Zhang Youxia? And who can Xi Jinping truly trust? Well-known Australian-based legal scholar Professor Yuan Hongbing cut straight to the point. Peng Liyuan is currently the only person Xi Jinping can still completely trust. This situation did not arise only after Zhang Youxia's fall. It has long existed in the form of a husband and wife shop model. As early as an expanded meeting of the Central Military Commission, Zhang Youxia said directly to Xi Jinping's face, "Promotions of senior officers must not be allowed to become a husband and wife shop." That remark actually exposed the open secret. For a long time, Peng Liyuan has served as a full-time member of the Central Military Commission's Cadre Selection Committee, and the appointment and removal of officers at the division level and above must seek her opinion. Learning the lesson of the bad reputation Jiang Qing brought upon herself during the Mao era by interfering in military and political affairs, Xi Jinping has not dared to openly appoint Peng Liyuan as vice chairman of the Central Military Commission. Yet real power over military personnel decisions has long been firmly held in her hands. This is precisely the root cause of the strong dissatisfaction felt by Zhang Youxia and other military elders. After Zhang Youxia and Liu Zhenli were arrested, Xi Jinping originally intended to resolve it quickly by having the PLA Daily promptly release accusations, unify thinking across the entire party and army, and continue to operate with him as the core. But the result was completely contrary to his wishes. The whole party remained silent, the whole army remained silent, and Zhongnanhai entered a new round of even greater chaos. On the surface, television and newspapers still present singing and dancing peace. In reality, Beijing is now under 3 steps 1 post, 5 steps 1 century, with the martial law level constantly being upgraded, frequent reports of gunfire, abnormal incidents around Zongnanhai, and large numbers of black-clad personnel deployed across Tiananmen Square. All of this silently declares the political situation of the Chinese Communist Party has entered a period of intense turmoil. At the same time, Beijing officialdom has completely lost control. A wave that openly disregards prohibitions and directly comments on Xi Jinping is sweeping through the entire system. The top 10 hot topics, circulating privately among officials, all point the spear directly at Xi Jinping himself. Every sentence pierces the heart. Every word draws blood. Topic 1. Internal unrest and gunfire. On the night of February 21st, a sudden flood of intense reports emerged. Sounds of gunfire, armored convoys entering the city at night, violent shaking of floor-to-ceiling windows. Inside system sources circulated claims of Li Qiaoming staging a coup, a pro-Russia faction counterattacking, and a confrontation between Zhang Youxia's old subordinates and the Xi family army. The entire army has rarely remained collectively silent, while the Central Guard Bureau has entered first-level combat readiness. Private talk in official circles directly asks, once the guns go off, whose knife handle is still firmly in hand? Topic 2. Celestial anomalies and heavenly retribution. On the 5th day of the Lunar New Year, a rare dust storm blotted out the sky. A bizarre blue sun appeared, and wildfires raged in many places. Private official interpretations. Even the sky has turned yellow. The dynasty's mandate is nearly exhausted. How much longer can it last? Natural anomalies are directly linked to Xi Jinping having lost heaven's mandate. Topic 3. The fate of Xi family relatives. Rumors say that Xi Jinping's elder sister, Qi Qiaoqiao, has been under house arrest at the Shenzhen guest house since late last year, forbidden to go out, with people around her having restricted movement, and business circles being summoned by the Discipline Inspection Commission over issues of interest transfer. Some call it protective measures. Others say it is anti-Xi forces cutting the skirt edges. Combined with the backlash from Zhang Youxia's former subordinates after his fall, private talk in officialdom is he can't even protect his own family. What Iron Barrel Kingdom is he still talking about? Topic 4. Erratic and inconsistent diplomacy. On February 13th, Wang Yi met Ukraine's foreign minister at the Munich Security Conference and promised a new round of humanitarian and energy aid. Ukraine publicly expressed thanks. Officialdom mocked. Beijing has judged that the Russia-Ukraine war is about to end. Putin may tilt toward the dollar system. So it is rushing to pick the peaches and show goodwill to the West. Russian media furiously accused backstabbing. Officials privately quipped. Unlimited friendship, bottomless face-turning, empty verbal promises to Russia, but rushing to pledge loyalty to Ukraine. Is this what they call strategic resolve? Topic 5. The farce of Trump's visit to China. Trump plans to visit China from March 31st to April 2nd, conveniently straddling April Fool's Day. Officialdom joked that this is Fool You 2.0. Layered with trade war and Taiwan issues, officials are discussing heatedly. When Trump comes, will tariffs be eased or will it be a hard confrontation? The top leadership has no confidence at all. The spear points directly at Xi Jinping's passivity and lack of strategy in international games. There are even rumors that China's holding of $2 trillion in U.S. Treasury bonds is the letter of surrender Xi Jinping is handing to Trump. Topic 6. Failure of the information firewall. The U.S. State Department launched the Freedom.gov platform, allowing one-click bypass of CCP internet censorship, seen as a heavy weapon to destroy information control. Some in officialdom secretly cheer the firewall is about to collapse, while others worry if outside voices come in, can things inside still be held steady? The criticism directly targets Xi Jinping's information blockade, turning into a paper tiger. Topic 7. Xi family's massive overseas assets. The 2026 U.S. National Defense Authorization Act requires disclosure of overseas wealth of CCP Politburo Standing Committee members. Rumors of asset freezes are everywhere. U.S. intelligence reports indicate that the Xi family holds more than $1 billion in overseas assets covering business, finance, real estate, and other fields. Officialdom exploded. The Chi Chow Chow family monopolizes low-price oil from Venezuela and Iran, earning tens of billions annually. 10 years of anti-corruption slogans, yet family assets are still floating overseas. Isn't this handing a knife to the enemy? The spear points at double standards in anti-corruption and family enrichment. Topic 8. Illegitimate child and hereditary ambition. The most explosive discussion. Xi Jinping has been secretly grooming an illegitimate son in Ningxia, intending to realize Xi family Tianxia hereditary rule. Peng Liyuan controls the CMC cadre evaluation and is attempting to place confidence. Zhang Youxia's fall is said to have been to remove obstacles. The military and red second generation strongly resist. Inside the party, it circulates. Xi Jinping uses the slogan of unifying Taiwan to deceive the entire Chinese people, just to find legitimacy for formally ascending the throne as emperor at the 21st Congress. Some compare it to Zhu Yuanzhang paving the way for Zhu Yuan. Once the successor issue becomes chaotic, every red second generation has to choose sides. Who still dares to gamble? Topic 9. Breakdown of the marital relationship. Rumors claim that the relationship between Xi Jinping and Peng Liyuan has seriously broken down, with Peng Liyuan establishing her own faction. Peng Liyuan's Shandong native background is said to be the behind-the-scenes brain of the Shandong gang. Former Xinjiang Party Secretary Ma Xingrui was her lead horse. Shandong origin generals once dominated party, government, and military. Recently, Ma Xingrui fell, and Peng is rumored to be under house arrest in her Shandong hometown. The Shandong gang has collapsed. Officialdom interprets this as a fatal crack appearing in Xiping joint rule. Even the person beside his pillow has become estranged. What unity is there left to talk about? Topic 10. The chilling fate of Zhang Youxia. It has been a full month since the two were officially announced as under investigation for disciplinary violations. Yet there is still no concrete evidence for any of the 5 grave accusations. The latest whispered versions include being kept alive on life support via intubation, already secretly deceased, or executed on the night of arrest. Held under double surveillance by the Garrison and Central Guard Bureau. No verdict, no public notice, no body handover. Military insiders call it black box execution. Even the big brother who supported him all the way ends like this, who still believes in loyalty. Xi Jinping only dares to turn the blade inward. When it comes to his own people, he is ruthlessly ferocious. Yet when facing strong external enemies, he only knows how to fire empty cannons. Before the Taiwan Strait War even begins, he has already killed off all the upper generals in the military. Isn't this helping the United States destroy his own army's combat power? Under the multiple of the Bingwu Red Horse, Red Sheep Year, high-level bloodbath, continuous economic downturn, and intense international pressure, these official whispers have completely coalesced into a collective narrative of mountain rain is coming. The wind fills the building, the spring calamity approaches, and the eve of great transformation. This reckless commentary storm in Beijing officialdom marks a fundamental shift in officials' mentality, from fear to contempt. They have concluded, Xi Jinping is outwardly fierce but inwardly weak, nothing more than a paper tiger. Once this perception becomes widespread, the backlash from officialdom will be fiercer than a tiger and more venomous than snake and scorpion. Historically, what any dictator fears most has never been external enemies, but the collective awakening and centrifugal departure within. And this very scene is quietly unfolding in Beijing. The most shocking information comes from CCP Princeling Yuan. He recently made a stunning prediction about the current situation. Even if Xi Jinping manages to cobble together his Xi family army leadership structure again, within an extremely short time, another major political case of absolute disloyalty targeting him will inevitably erupt again. Because all the dissatisfaction and resentment toward him in the military has not been eliminated. On the contrary, it is rapidly accumulating. Faced with such a situation, Xi Jinping is highly likely, due to extreme rage attacking his heart and excessive anxiety, to suffer a mental breakdown and become a genuine madman. As the old saying goes, at 73, at 84, if the king of hell doesn't invite you, you go yourself. Born in 1953, Xi Jinping this year is stepping into the famous Ghost Gate of age 73. Can he pass through it safely? We shall wait and see. Friends, this great drama at the top of the Chinese Communist Party is far from over. Every new development could trigger an even bigger earthquake. What do you think? Welcome to leave rational comments in the comment section. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a one-click triple like. We will continue to reveal more inside stories next time. Thank you all. See you in the next program.